Ever wondered if the Shadow Monarch was never meant to be the true ruler? If Jin-Woo was just a temporary vessel for something far more terrifying? What if his story, the rise of the weakest hunter to the strongest being, was never supposed to happen? What if his journey wasn't one of destiny but deviation? Ashborn, the original Shadow Monarch, didn't choose Jin-Woo by chance. He needed him. But here's the question. Was he ever meant to pass on his power? Or did Jin-Woo disrupt an ancient cycle? Was his ascension not a predetermined event, but an anomaly, a flaw in the grand design? The Monarchs weren't just his enemies. They were something else. Corrections to a mistake. They fought him not out of mere rivalry but desperation, almost as if they knew something he didn't, something we didn't. They weren't waging war. They were trying to stop something bigger. What if Jin-Woo's rise wasn't fate, but a cosmic error, a glitch that rewrote the balance of power itself? And if that's true, then what was the original plan? Who was truly meant to inherit the Shadow Monarch's throne? Who was left waiting in the void, their claim stolen, their purpose denied? The system governs dungeons, hunters, and the rise of monarchs. But is it just a tool, or does it have a will of its own? The rules seem absolute until they are broken. And Jin-Woo? He shattered them completely. He didn't just claim power. He took what should have never been his. Imagine Jin-Woo, at the height of his power, standing against all odds, believing he has conquered fate itself. But then, an overwhelming force presses against him. Shadows flicker, hesitate. The system, once his ally, begins working against him. An unknown presence stirs within the void. And then, the true heir of the Shadow Monarch emerges. What if Jin-Woo was never meant to rule the shadows but simply to safeguard them? A protector, not a king. A vessel, not the final wielder of this power. What if his very existence was a placeholder, one that now needs to be erased? What if Ashborn, in his final moments, saw this coming, but had no choice but to gamble on a mistake? And what happens when the real heir arrives to reclaim what was taken? Is Jin-Woo ready to face something beyond monarchs, beyond rulers, beyond the system itself? A force so ancient, so absolute, that even the gods fear its return? If the system itself acknowledges a greater force, what does that mean for Jin-Woo? Has he truly broken free, or has his destiny only just begun? What if his greatest battle wasn't against the monarchs or the rulers, but against the very foundation of reality itself? If the balance was disturbed, then the universe will correct it. That is an undeniable law, a force set in motion long before Jin-Woo took his first step into power, an end written before his beginning. So, the final question remains, what does the real Shadow Monarch want? And when they arrive, will there be anything left of Jin-Woo at all? Let's talk in the comments. Is Jin-Woo truly the rightful monarch, or is there something darker at play?